Hello and good evening everybody from the FedEx ramp at the Oakland International Airport. Join me in the flight deck of the 777 on a 3-hour and 15-minute flight to Memphis. Welcome inside the flight deck of the Boeing 777. We're going to head up here to the upper overhead panel and turn the battery on. External power is connected and we'll get primary and secondary external power to the on position. Cabin utility is going to go on. The gear is going to go on as well. Emergency exit lights going to go armed and guarded. Window heat's on. And hydraulic panel can't be set. No smoking and seatbelt signs to auto. We do have power to the aircraft now, so nav light's going to go on. And now that the aircraft is powering on, we're going to come down here to our electronic flight bag. Requests our sim brief data from Oakland over to Memphis. Today our call sign will be FedEx 435. And in case of any bad weather, any reason why we can't land at the Memphis airports this evening, we're going to divert to Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson. The current altimeter is 3004 here at Oakland. We're going to come here to the Oakland Airport chart, grab chart 10-9, and we're going to pin this chart. This is the only chart we're going to need to pin or to even look at here on the ground at Oakland. And then we're also going to grab our SID chart here a little bit later on in the flight deck preparation. As of right now, we don't need to grab our SID chart. We're just going to pin the airport chart and leave the airport chart open. What I do want to do is full screen the airport chart and take a look at some of the frequencies. NorCal and Center is on, and I also want to grab ATIS on 33775. So we'll do that here shortly. We're going to come down here to the FMC, Flight Management Computer, and enter our GPS or IRS position, as we like to call it. The Kilo Oscar Alpha Kilo Airport is the Oakland Airport. And we're going to grab our most recent, most updated GPS position. The aircraft is now going to come to life and the screens are going to initialize. We're going to request our sim brief route. We're going to set payload, set fuel, clear the scratch pad, select our route. Our route has gone through and our route is being requested. We can now go ahead and load our route. Route 1 uplink loading. Forecast uplink ready. Perf uplink init. Correction, our perf init uplink is also ready. And our route is set and activated. Today for departure, we're going to be taking runway 30, so we'll set 30. Perf initialization, we're going to set our 0 fuel weight and accept our load sheet. And our initialization numbers here on the performance page of the FMC. Departure runway 30, I'm going to just set that and execute it as of right now. We're going to grab our clearance over to Memphis and our SID will be assigned to us here shortly. In the meantime, we are going to go back here to the home page and set the altimeter. We set 3004. 3004 set, and we're going to go back here to the ground chart and set our ATIS 33775.
Altimeter 3004. ILS and visual approach runway 3028er. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray.
Oakland ground, good evening. FedEx 435, Heavy, FedEx ramp 9 with X-ray clearance to Memphis, please.
FedEx 435, Oakland ground, cleared to Memphis International Airport. Oakland 6 departure. Radar vectors to raw, then as filed. Climb via SID, except maintain flight level 19 at 0. Departure frequency 133.9 or 5. Squawk 3640.
Cleared Memphis, Oakland 6 departure, vectors raw, then S5, climb it via SID, flight level 190, flight level 33, 010 after, departure 3395, and squawk 3640, FedEx 435.
FedEx 435 Heavy, read back correct, call for taxi.
Call for taxi, FedEx 435. Alrighty, we're going to come down here and select the Oakland 6 departure. And we're going to execute that, and then it's radar vectors to Sarah. We're going to climb via the SID and accept and maintain flight level 190. So 190 set. We're going to come down here to the lakes page. Go departure and arrival, and I just want to double check that 30 is selected. So we'll do 30 one more time, Oakland 6, and execute it. Yep, that is selected. It's going to be a 290 heading upon departure, so we'll set that. 290 set, and then we'll come down here to init ref, index, performance, and thrust limitation. We'll come over here now to the performance tool in the EFB of the PMDG 777 freighter. We'll select runway 30, import our aircraft weights, and import weather. We'll click calculate. I don't know why runway 30 didn't go through. Now it did, sweet. Alright, calculate. We should get our numbers now, which we have received our takeoff numbers. It's going to be a takeoff D rate of takeoff thrust 2. So we'll do takeoff thrust 2. Thrust reduction of 20% there, and then the cell temp is going to be 44. So we'll set 44 here on the cell temp, giving us a N1 of 87.5. It will be a flaps 5 departure, so we'll set flaps 5. Set our V speeds and our center of gravity. Pitch trim 5.25 upon departure, and our V2 speed being set at 166. 166 set. We'll go flight directors, can come on. So flight plan, 20 nautical miles, lakes page. We'll just go through the flight plan here pretty quickly. Vectors raw, then as filed. Once we get closer to Memphis, we'll set up that approach, star, and star arrival and approach into Memphis. As of right now, I'm not going to set anything up. I'm just going to leave the arrival into Memphis blank. We'll go back here to map on the ND. We're good there. What I'm going to do is click on checklist. We're going to bring the checklist up. Oxygen, we're going to test it. Oxygen tested 100%. Flight instruments set. Heading 290 upon departure, and altimeter 3004 set. Parking brake set as well. We'll go item override. Fuel control switches to cutoff. Pre-flight checklist complete. We'll do before start checklist as we're getting ready to rock and roll out of Oakland here. MCP V2 166 heading at 290 altitude flight level 190 set. Takeoff speed set. CD pre-flight has been completed. The trim is going to be set once we are ready for taxi. As of right now, it's set 00 or just by default. And then the taxi and takeoff briefing has been completed. Beacon light's going to stay off until we are getting ready to start the push, which we're not just starting push yet, but we will call up our ground crew to connect the tug here shortly as well. We'll go back here and set our engine here on the ECAS. We'll come up here, we'll go ahead and turn on our fuel pumps. Fuel pumps are on, and then AP is going to go to start.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Flight deck to ground crew. We've been cleared push and start facing southwest within the ramp. APU is on. Beacon light can go on as well. And we're gonna go parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, we're gonna come back up here to the overhead panel. We'll go left mode selector start. Left fuel control run. And we'll introduce fuel for the left engine. Left engine N2 percentage rising here on the ECAS. Oil pressure. Complete engine start on the left engine. We'll come back up here to the overhead panel. We'll go right mode selector to start. And we'll go fuel control for the right engine to run. And we'll introduce fuel for engine number 1, or the right engine. Monitor the engine start here on the ECAS.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set. Pushback procedure complete. Come here to the EFB, we'll search for our Oakland SID, which is going to be the Oakland 6 departure, chart 10-3 Foxtrots. And we'll leave
Oakland ground, ABL 733, radio check.
ground charts on full screen.
ABL 733, Oakland ground, reach you loud and clear.
Unlocking gear.
Alright, they're unlocking the gear. We have a complete engine start here on both the left and right engine. Anti-ice is set to auto.
Tow truck disconnected.
Recall.
Bypass pin removed.
Checked. Bypass pin removed. Auto brake
Left is clear.
RTO.
Right is clear.
Pushback tug is going back to the ramp. We'll go flight controls. Forward, left, back, right, forward, neutral, left rudder, right rudder, neutral, speed brake, up and back down, flight controls free and correct, ground equipment, I guess it's clear. I mean, pushback tugs going back to the ramp, bypass pin removed, we have our hand signals here straight ahead, so ground equipment is clear. We'll go normal and we'll set flaps 5. And he's giving us the wave with the bypass pin. Sweet. Alright, auto throttle left and right armed, LNAV, VNAV armed as well. And what we'll do is we'll go taxi light on. Flaps 5 are coming down and going to be set here shortly. We'll pull our engine display up here on the ECAS. And we'll turn the APU off. APU is off, and we'll call it for taxi and try and make it quick, as I believe there's another FedEx 777 coming into the ramp here shortly. Ground FedEx 435, ready for taxi, runway 30.
FedEx 435 heavy, runway 30, taxi at Bravo Whiskey.
Bravo Whiskey 30, FedEx 435. Parking brake release. Introduce thrust. First left-hand turn, Bravo 5, join Bravo, and then we'll take Bravo all the way down to Whiskey. And we'll basically just parallel runway 30 down to Whiskey 1, full length. Departure runway 30 here. We're rolling. Beautiful evening departure out of Oakland. Very nice.
heavy, contact northbound now 133.905, yeah.
3395, have a good rest of your evening, FedEx 7435, see you.
Yeah.
$33.95 set. And transferred to column 1.
Runway 30 cleared for takeoff. The wind is 330 at 3.
3640, 30 cleared for takeoff, FedEx 430. Confirmation 30, runway turnoffs, wing light, strobe light, landing lights are going on as we are cleared for takeoff. Start that clock. It says checklist incomplete, which is false, but whatever. Cancel. Forward nose pressure, spool 40%. Toga. Airspeed alive. Takeoff power set. 80 knots. Throttle hold.
November 58 Victor, the Sacramento National altimeter is 3003.
NorCal, Lufthansa 455.
Through 10,000 feet, we'll go runway turnoffs off. And we'll increase the ND display range to 320 nautical miles. It's 640 for the first.
FedEx 435, heavy contact Oakland Center 132.2.
32.2, have a good rest of your evening, FedEx 435. See you. Oakland, FedEx 435, good evening to you. Flight level, correction, 1414,000 for flight level 19, sir.
FedEx 435, Oakland Center, climb maintain flight level 330.
Tree Trio, FedEx 435. Alrighty, we're through the transition level, altimeter standard. Come up here to the overhead panel. Landing lights are going to go off. And wing lights also going to come off. Because we do have crew on board, seatbelt signs are going to stay on auto. And we'll probably flick them off once we're at 33,000 feet.
Boeing 1549 Oakland Center,
fine to do so. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that departure out of Oakland. I give you guys some nice cruise shots. And I'll see you guys again on the arrival back into Memphis. Alrighty, through the transition level, 18,000 feet, we're going to go ahead and set the altimeter 3034. Our barrel minimums set 0521. We have our approach plate pinned. Our arrival that we're taking today I pinned as well. CAT is at 2,000 feet set in the mode control panel. We have our VREF set, flaps 25, 156, landing lights on, and wing light can go on as well. We have a pretty hefty and helpful 62 knots tailwind. We're going to decrease the ND display for both sides. And I believe we're going to expect some coverage into Memphis. Not sure if approach is hopping on, but I definitely know tower is going to be on for us, which is going to be quite nice. So we'll get ready to probably grab the ATIS and talk to some controllers on our way into Memphis. Should be pretty nice. Alright, passing through 10,000 feet. We're going to go ahead and drop the boards. Speed brakes are going to come up. And then runway turnoffs are going to go on. And the boards are up as of right now just because we want to get down to around 230 knots. As that's our speed restriction on the star that we're following. It's giving us speed brake it's giving us a speed brake extended warning. So we're going to go ahead and retract the spoilers. We're going to go direct to Mace. Mace at 3,000 feet. And Mace in about, I would say, 25, 30 nautical miles.
FIXC, 3FIXR. Operate mode C on taxiways and runways. Simultaneous approaches to parallel runways in use. Notices to air mission. Bird activity reported in the vicinity of the airport. Recheck all runway hold short instructions. Recheck wake turbulence separation standards in effect. All aircraft contact ground control for pushback onto taxiway November or taxiway Juliet. Advise on initial contact. You have information Yankee.
Everything on the overhead set and good to go. Very happy with this arrival, very pleased with it. We're going to come down here to the EFB. Minimize our approach plates. We'll come over here and we'll grab chart 10-9 at Memphis, which is the airport information chart, and we'll pin that. Because we are going to be using auto brakes too, we're going to probably roll it out to Mike 7, and then from Mike 7 we'll join November via Mike. We'll cross runway 9, cross 27 at November, and take November into the FedEx ramp, and we're looking for the river ramp. Any river ramp stand. And that's the game plan for our arrival into Memphis. So back onto the approach plate, we'll come here to arrival, approach, ILS 36 left, chart 11-6. What we're going to do is I'm going to set 360 up here on the heading select. Looks like I over-scrolled. 360 set. And passing through 4600 now for 3000. And then from 3000 we'll, on the approach, go down to 2000 and descend by the glide from there. Alright, we're going flaps 5. Approach mode armed. Tower on 19.7 set. Decrease ND display. Memphis Airport in sight. Bring the EFB back down. It's blown to 170 on the speed. We'll go 170. Speed select. Gear down. Flaps 15.
Radio altimeter.
Memphis Tower, good evening. FedEx 435 Heavy, 10 mile final ILS 360.
Thanks, 435 Heavy Memphis Tower and 230 at tree, runway 36 left, clear to land.
365, clear to land, FedEx 435. Alright, we're gonna go taxi light on. Flaps 25. Checklist. Before landing checklist. Speed brake. Arms. Flaps 25 coming down. Landing gear down 3 green. We're descending by the glide on a go around. 5,000 feet is going to be the altitude. And we're going to set our V target. Go around altitude set. Before landing checklist complete.
$1,000.
Speed brake up. Manual braking. Auto brake disarm. 70 knots. 60 knots. Reverser stowed. And speed brake retracted. Make the right high speed here onto Mike 7. Hard onto those brakes. Landing lights off. Runway turn-offs off. Taxi sight's going to stay on.
FedEx
Wing light
435,
off.
welcome. Contact Memphis ground 121.9. Good night.
0.9, FedEx 435. Good night. APU to start. We'll hold it here. Set the parking brake and we'll go over to 1219. Ground point 9er. We'll grab the Memphis Airport charts. Memphis ground, good evening. FedEx 435, heavy, vacated runway 36 left at Mike, looking for a river ramp.
FedEx 435 Heavy, Memphis ground, welcome to Memphis. Taxi to FedEx ramp via Mike, November, Victor, cross runway 27 at November.
Mike, November, Victor, cross 27 at November, FedEx 435. Flight directors off, flaps retracted, and auto brake off. Minimums reset. And into the FedEx river ramp we go. Alright, brake set. APU is running. Field control, left, right, cutoff. Engines are spooling down.